welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're diving into something that comes up quite a bit after stoma surgery, something maybe not everyone talks about openly.
That's right. It's about mucus discharge. We actually had a question from Mark in Rockhampton. He's about 9 months post-op and, well, still experiencing this.
Right, Mark's question. And it's a good one.
It really is. And Mark, what you're describing, passing mucus from your backside, it's actually very common. So today we want to unpack why that happens and, importantly, when you might need to get it checked out.
Okay, good. So clarity and maybe some reassurance.
Exactly. That's the mission.
So let's get into it. Why does this happen? Is it just like a weird side effect?
Well, not really weird in the biological sense. It's a totally normal physiology at play. See, even when you have a stoma, particularly if it's a temporary one, the rectum often stays in place.
Okay. The plumbing's rerouted, but part of the old system is still there.
Precisely. And the lining of your bowel, that includes the rectum, its job is to produce mucus. It does this constantly, naturally.
So it just keeps doing that even after the surgery.
It does. It's a continuous process. Before the stoma, that mucus would just mix with your stool and, leave the body that way.
Right. You wouldn't even notice it separately.
Exactly. But now, because the stool is diverted out through the stoma, the mucus produced in that remaining bit of bowel, the rectum, well, it builds up.
And it has to go somewhere.
It has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So eventually it gets passed out through your anus.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. The body's just carrying on with its routine.
Just doing its thing.
So how often are we talking? And what's the typical look and feel?
It really varies. Hugely, actually. Some people might notice it, say, once a week. For others, it could be more frequent or maybe less often. There's no strict schedule.
And the mucus itself?
Typically, it should look clear or maybe whitish, just, standard mucus.
I imagine you might feel something.
Yes, you might get that sensation, that urge, like you need to go to the toilet, even though you know there won't be any actual stool.
Okay. That's just the body signaling it needs to clear out that mucus buildup.
That's usually what it is, just the natural process of expelling it.
Okay. So clear or white mucus. Maybe feeling the urge sometimes sounds manageable. But are there times when this isn't normal? When should you maybe worry a bit?
Yeah, that's the crucial part, knowing the difference. While the clear white stuff is generally fine, you need to watch for changes.
Like what specifically?
Well, if the mucus starts looking thick or yellow, or if it has a really foul smell, that's different. Or if you notice any blood mixed in, or something that looks like pus.
Okay, yellow, smelly, blood, pus. Those are the warning signs.
Definitely. Those kinds of changes could signal something else going on, maybe an infection or a type of inflammation called diversion colitis.
Diversion colitis. Sounds like something you'd want checked out.
Absolutely. If you see those signs, the funny color, the smell, blood, pus, especially if you also have pain down there or a fever or the bleeding seems ongoing, don't wait.
Right. Call the GP or the stoma nurse.
Yes, promptly. Get it looked at. Better safe than sorry.
Makes sense. So, assuming it is just the normal clear white stuff, are there ways to, manage it day to day?
Yeah, definitely. Simple things usually help. Just gently cleaning the area after you pass the mucus is good for hygiene.
Makes sense. Keep things clean.
And if it's happening pretty often, or if the mucus irritates your skin, using a barrier cream can be really helpful. It just protects the skin around the anus.
Like a nappy rash cream?
Something like that, yeah. It creates a protective layer. And in some cases, if the mucus is really thick and hard to pass, or if there seems to be a lot building up, some people might benefit from gentle rectal washouts.
Washouts.
Yeah, but, and this is important, that's something you should only ever do if your doctor or stoma nurse specifically advises it and shows you how. It's not a DIY thing.
Got it. Medical advice needed for that one.
Absolutely.
Okay, so to wrap this up then, the main message for Mark and anyone listening with a stoma is that passing mucus from your backside is, well, often just your body's plumbing working as expected, even post-surgery.
Exactly. The bowel lining keeps producing mucus. That's normal. The key is knowing you're normal and knowing what signs mean you should seek advice.
Right. Know what to expect, but also know the red flags.
Precisely.
This has been really helpful, actually. Clears up something that could easily cause worry. Thinking about how the body just keeps on with its processes, it makes you wonder, what other things after surgery might seem strange but are actually just normal and just need a bit of understanding?
That's a great question to ponder. The body is pretty amazing at adapting and sometimes just continuing its programmed functions.
Definitely food for thought. Thanks for breaking that down for us.
My pleasure.